A DC Comics executive just had a Shark Tank level idea where he managed to get comic books into Dollar Trees, which they've got 15,000 locations, at such an affordable price where a customer would bite on it, purchase that comic book, and possibly become a fan for life. I've been noticing DC making moves. You remember the AEW ring skirt and LED boards that they had? Using the brand that they already own, which is under Warner Brothers, which is also happening to own Turner, which is on Turner TVS. It's all working together. Someone there is thinking to get comic books, DC comic books, into people's hand. It is amazing news. I had to run this down by my man Mike. Mike owns the Shop Row Comics in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Everyone's Shop Row Comics. Let's cut over to our conversation where you can hear his perspective.
Ad blocker, dude. Get an ad blocker extension, bro.
Boom, ad block. First issues of DC Comics books are now on display at Dollar Tree locations across the USA. Oh, it's already happened. This was as of Friday, Rich Johnston tells us. How you feel about that as a comic book store? Ads. As a comic book store, how do you feel about that? They're going to sell these for $1.25.
On the one hand, it's irksome because sometimes those are cheaper than what stores actually pay for them, with their, depending on what plateau they are. I guess maybe if they were 35%, it is cheaper than what they would pay for them. On the other hand, again, it's not like they're new books. It's not like they were books that were specially printed for the dollar store. And it's also publicity. I don't know exactly if there's, links in there saying, hey, find a comic store, your local comic store, whatever kind of thing.
There is. That final page will say, use this QR code and you can get the free app. You can get the app for free. I mean, there's going to be something at the ending. You want to see what happens in issue 2 of this 2016 comic book? Come here to use, they will be creating customers. Who the fuck cares if they're only charging $1.25 compared to the $4 books that are over at your store in Bridgeport?
Yeah, but then the $4 that from my store are current books. Again, these are from 2016. So,
and to the new viewer, the new comic book casual, it doesn't matter if it was created last week or two decades ago. It's about a comic book is there, and you may have just with a $1.25 incentive. It's very easy to get someone to become a comic book buyer, just like that.
Oh no, you were at the $1.25 price point.
Yes, that price point is so easy. I'm just walking in, and what's different from this and Walmart? It's that it's a medium-sized store. In Walmart, you get in there, or any department store, you're going by the section, electronics, or I want underwear, so my mind is there, or I want groceries, my mind is there. For this, a guy just walks in, he watches all the movies, or dad sees it, and it's eye-popping. You'll actually window shop. You'll actually look at the shelves. It's not like those department stores where you're on your location. You're actually, look what's over here, what's over there, coloring books over there, painting over there, comic book right there. It'll stick out to you. This is for creating good.
You just brought up something that does piss me off about this. There was a list of the books that were there. I think they were all number ones. If they read the first issue and they get hooked, they're going to have to find issue number 2. Where are they going to find issue number 2? At the dollar store? No, they don't have issue number 2s. They will have them at the comic store, or they will be able to order the trades that these are related to. Now, the thing that really grinds my gears about this, scroll down. There's a picture there, I believe, of the image. There we go. Oh, next one.
I thought the thing that pissed you off is that they're bagged, but there's no boards, and I guess that's to save space.
Oh, no. Keep scrolling. Oh, that grinds my gears. They got a display. How much did they have to pay for that display? Because they recently tried to charge us $125, or we could buy 30 copies of a $40 trade. Like, that's ridiculous. That right there is what grinds my gear. Okay, whatever. These are 8-year, almost 10-year-old books. Whatever. I want that display. Give me the display, okay? And then we'll call it even. I don't care after that.
I understand the frustration. I'm with you. I think I get it, and I also think this will create new customers. Sorry, I'm so used to saying characters. It creates a new customer, so those people will file into your shop. Not all of them, not 100% of everyone who buys a Dollar Tree comic book will become a customer over there. But I think they will make
the potential is there.
The potential is there. It will happen. 1%, 2%. We don't know.
Yeah. Although the other thing that might happen is they might come in here thinking that the books are still going to be $1.25.
I'm not looking at comic book stores individually as a problem for why the comics aren't selling or why the industry is dying. Yes, every store owner does have a responsibility to make his shop attractive to the person on the sidewalk,
True.
or if they're in a
True.
mall, I guess they would have to advertise in a
And
very specific way.
personable and
There's a little bit of responsibility there, but it is an industry-wide
no, a little
problem.
bit, a lot, a lot. You should every store owner should make the person walking into the store feel welcome, not feel like I'm gonna gatekeep this. Even people that come into the store and say they think Gambit is one of the greatest characters in the history of comics. In my mind, I'm like, you're a fool. But you know what? Outwardly, I'm like, hey, you like that character.
Uh-huh.
That's all. You get enjoyment out of it. That's fine. I'll help you find these books to get them out of my store because I don't want anything with Gambit
Got
in
it.
my store.
Understood. Yes, we don't like that character. Yes,
You
Remy
shouldn't.
LeBeau. Boo.
You shouldn't. Exactly.
But to get to the shop, first of all, like, how is the presentation? What do you call it?
Right.
What's it called when stores advertise outside? Is there a word for it?
They call it a sandwich board sign or something. I have it out in front. It has like two posters, one on each side, and it it moves or whatever, so they can see
But
it.
how cool is that? Any display like that, yeah, there's a certain responsibility or onus I'm gonna put on you, the comic shop. I'm also looking at the industry, DC and Marvel, who are supposed to be doing commercials and putting out their product. You can
And I
find
have
it at a
posters
comic
in the
shop.
windows. And this is another thing that used to grind my gears too, especially with DC. I mean, DC was doing the effort because they would have a representative call my store once a week. And I'd be like, yeah, well, I have two big ass windows and like I'd like Marvel stuff in one window and DC stuff in the other. So if you have posters, 9 times out of 10, he would say, oh, well, we don't have any posters. But there's a new Sandman collection coming out. And I'm like, dude, I can read previews. I know how to order things. When I see some, I'm gonna, if I see something, I'm gonna order it. But
they're thinking about the customers that already come to the shop. You're thinking about inventing new people.
Thankfully, James Gunn routinely hypes up the comics. There needs to be more people that do that, more people in positions of power. Not like the peons, not like, me or even the artists or whatever. It needs to be like Michael Janin, for instance. Last week, I used his art in my thumbnail. I used his art for, it was one of the variant covers for Action Comics. It was really gorgeous too. And it also happened to coincide with the unfortunate final episode of Superman and Lois, which got screwed. But
Thank James Gunn.
yeah, we won't go into that. But anyways, I tagged him on that hellscape known as Twitter, and he retweeted it. Ecosystem, if people are retweeting.
You've rambled too long, Mike. I'm gonna cut part of this out of the video. You've gone we were at James Gunn, and now you're on Gail Simone and some of the professionals.
Well, no, it's about the people that are in the industry that are more powerful than the sellers or whatever that have the platform. They should utilize their platform to amplify those voices or the stores that are still in existence. And some of them don't.
This practice that they're doing has nothing to do with.
It does, because this is there's more visibility for the comic books. I mean, yes, this might be like a dollar store or whatever, but like back in the day, they used to be in like pharmacies, bro. They used to be in corner stores. Like they're not there now anymore. Okay. Like even Walmart, as messed up as Walmart was, where they had like new stories or whatever there, it was only one news story and the other 3 stories were old stories. So at least they were in Walmart. You know what I mean? And they're not that now.
I was always against the Walmart deal because of how pricey those books were. They did not need to be news stories because, again, you're trying to reach the average guy who doesn't even care if Brian Michael Bendis is writing this or if Steve Orlando is writing this. It doesn't matter to that person.
Well, they were catering to the collector for that. Yes, I agree with you. There's thousands of stories that I'm sure Joe somebody doesn't know.
And this isn't catering to the collector at all, unless they say like all 38 comics, because they said it was 38 comic books, right? Yeah, over 38 DC Comics issue number 1s issues specifically created for Dollar Tree. If they want to say you can collect one of 38, and each comic on the cover will say this is one of the the gold collection or whatever you nickname it. You can get someone to go back to Dollar Tree for their next Dollar Tree visit the next month, and they go, I like Batman. Yeah, I gotta complete the Batman set and get the Robin comic book or whatever else there is out there. I'm sure they'll be very diverse in this selection. It won't just be all Batmans, maybe like more Batmans than everyone else, but hopefully we can
keep waiting for DC. I keep waiting for DC to change their name to Batman Comics because it's oh god, there's a lot, dude. But I get what you're saying, and I didn't know. It's weird that these are specially created, is what it says, or intentionally
No,
created, or
these comics already exist. The only change is
right.
that ads are gonna be more friendly to the non-comic book guy. They'll change the ads on the book, which
Well,
means which means they don't have to charge really, really, really high for these comics. They're gonna get someone pay ads to sponsor the comic book, which is why it can be so low at 125. And plus, we're not paying a writer, an artist, a colorist, an inker to produce this comic. It's already owned by us. We don't have to justify it with a high price. They might be only making 4, 5, 6 cents for each comic book being produced, because the issue is not, are we profiting? The issue is, are we creating new customers? And we will get that money back. So long as they're breaking even with this project, it's a genius move. Dollar Tree's probably making 90% of the profits for each comic book sold.
Well, this is then this is all promotion then, and this is not a bad thing. Although I do wish, talking about this again, I do wish they would go back to doing dollar comics. Whenever they had, like, say, like if there was a movie coming out, they would release a dollar comic of that issue that was significant to that story or whatever it was. So
Yeah,
you
true
would, you would have,
believers.
yes, and that's a line that they need to like reinstitute, because dollar stores, they're they're there. Like, people come in looking for dollar books, and they expect, like, the $4.99 books or whatever, like dollar. Like, yeah, that's not gonna happen, bro.
Okay, Mike, All-Star Superman is what the new Superman Legacy film is mostly based off of.
Mhm.
All-Star better be one of those 38 comic books in Dollar Tree.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean they did do those little compact things or whatever, like $9.99, the trades, but they're like in small sizes or whatever.
You get way
Those
more
apparently are
pages
good
than a
sellers
single
too.
issue.
Yeah, and very small. I don't get how they're selling, but apparently they are. I guess the price point is attractive. So, hey, anything, more things that'll get it out. It's just, I don't mind that they do these things, as long as there's things in there letting people know that there are these places that exist that are called comic book stores, where they can find all of these things that have been made from 2016 in the interim, like, because now they're going to have an issue that's 9 years old, and they're going to know that there were more things that came after that.
Oh yeah.
So
Anything else?
that's a good thing. No, they just need to expand this. And again, they need to, people that have platforms, they need to utilize those platforms to get the word out. Because I mean, I got maybe 1,000 people on, I really don't like Twitter at all, but I got like 1,000 people there. Like, there are people that have way, 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 way more than me, and they should be doing that.
And they want to promote you. There's people out there who love you.
Let them. I mean, I'm here. I even as much as if Rob Liefeld came to me and said, "Hey, this," I would be like, you know what? Okay, let's do something. I would hate it, but I would do it.
Okay. On that note, like the video, hey, check out the Comics House, because they did a talk about the compact comics you just mentioned a minute ago. Go check out their big live stream, and they even talked about the Dollar Tree stuff. If you skip ahead to like the 2-hour 39-minute mark.
How long has this been? This has been out since how long? Is this new news? This Dollar Tree store?
It's been 3 days.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. Laters.